Okay, Common Core Algebra 2. So we are now looking at Chapter 5, Section 5, and Part 1, long dividing polynomials. Really, in this one, we're going to have one objective. We're going to do long division, which is a lot like the long division you did as a kid. Okay, so a few just reminders of terms. The divisor is going to be the polynomial we are dividing by. So that is the piece that goes outside the box. Okay, the dividend is the polynomial that's being divided, the piece that goes inside the box, and then long division is just a way to divide two polynomials, which you have done before, just not with x's before. We have done long division like if we said 265 divided by 21, and you did that in a kid, and 21 goes into 26 one time, so we'd have 21. Then we subtract these two numbers, and we bring 5 down, that 5 down, and then we say, okay, 21 goes into 55 twice, so we get 42, and we subtract those again, and we'd end up with 13. So we'd then have a remainder of 13 because 21 doesn't go into 13 at all. And so that's the basic premise of long division. Again, in order to do this, the steps we need to take, we're going to arrange all terms in descending order of degree. And you might even add here, sometimes you need a filler. Okay, and we'll explain that a little bit more in class. But that could mean like if you have an x cubed term and then your next term is an x term, so we don't have any x squared terms, we'd put a filler in of 0x squared. The next one is going to be divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. So that means your first term on the inside by the first term on the outside, and we're going to multiply the value by each term of the divisor. So we write that above the box. Part B, we're going to write that value above the box, and then multiply this value by each term in the divisor. So really here what I mean is distribute that. Okay, and you'll see a little bit more detail of that in a minute. Okay, then we subtract the terms from the dividend. So that's the same thing I just showed you when it was like 55 minus 42. We subtract there. And then we just repeat those steps, B, C, and D, until we have a degree lower than that of the divisor. So until we can't do it anymore, basically. Okay, so an example here with x squared plus 8x plus 15. That is our dividend. So that is going to go inside our box. And then our divisor is x plus 5. So that goes outside the box. So the first thing we're going to do is take the first term in our inside, our dividend, divided by the first term in our divisor. So forget about the other terms. We're just taking that first term and that first term for now. X squared divided by x is going to give us x. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put it above right there. Okay, so that was all the way through B, I believe. And now this is the part where I said we need to distribute. So we're going to take this value, that x, times both of these. So x times x gives us x squared, and then x times 5 gives us 5x. Okay, now I tend to put a parenthesis around here because I need to remember that I am subtracting those two from these two. So x squared minus x squared, those should always cancel out. And then we're doing x squared minus 5x, and that's going to give me 3x. So I bring down my next term, and that's plus 15. And then we repeat from B on. So now I need to take the new first term here is 3x, divided by the first term on the outside still, x. And if I do 3x divided by x, I get 3. And so I'm going to need to write a plus there. And since it's positive, I have plus. And I write 3. And then same process. We're going to take this 3 and we're going to distribute it on our divisor. So 3 times x gives us 3x, and 3 times 5 gives us plus 15. Again, I would suggest you put them in parentheses there and subtract. And when we do the subtraction, 3x minus x is going to give us 0. They cancel out as they should. And 15 minus 15 is actually going to give us 0 as well. So in this case, and it's not usually or not always going to happen like this, in this case we have a remainder of 0, which means it goes in evenly. Okay, so we could say that x squared plus 8x plus 15 over x plus 5. So when we divide those two, we get x plus 3. That numerator right there. Okay, and so that is the process of long division, and we're obviously going to do a lot more on that together in class because it is not the easiest thing in the world, and we'll see you next time in there.